Definitely sitting here with a mixture of emotions right now. What an amazing 3/4 of our meet there, and was just feeling so good about everything we had done. And this is the tough part about sports anywhere, on any team, and it's hard to watch. And so it definitely kind of changed the emotional feeling of the meet at the end. But this is why we're a team, and this is why we always say you gotta be ready. You don't know when your name's going to be called, but it's going to be important for us to have that next group of girls ready to go on those events. So obviously at this time we don't know, we don't have any answers on Avery. But overall, there was some amazing things that happened tonight. I thought our vault rotation, they just looked so confident and aggressive out there and looked just like what they've been doing in practice. Big vaults with controlled steps. Cammy's, vault was incredible, and she's made some really big improvements. And I thought we carried good energy over to bars. And, we put 2 new people, in the lineup. Clara's, first time ever competing, stepped up, and I thought she did a really great job. And Grace's bar routine was incredible. So, just overall really proud with a lot of things that we did tonight. We just really tried to stay focused on tonight and not worry about anything beyond today. It was just about competing today, and we took some expectations and pressure off ourselves and just tried to enjoy, going out and competing and doing the sport that we love.
Carly, just walk me through the emotions of, obviously, you guys are having a really great meet. Avery gets injured, and you guys finish off those final routines. What was your team's composure like after that moment, and just how hard is it to see Avery go down, given how much success she's had early on?
Yeah, and I don't even think it has anything to do with how much success she's had. It's just anybody on our team that goes down, it's just hard to watch. But this is, still a sport. We still have to get up and finish the rotation. And I thought that various people stepped up and made sure that the next person going was ready mentally and they were focused in. And because it is easy to get distracted and to let the emotions kind of take over. But we still had to finish the meet. And I thought they did a really good job of keeping their composure and still stepping up and finishing the way that they wanted to.
I have to ask, is everything okay with Ella? Because it's 2 weeks in a row now where before her that last pass on floor, she's kind of lost her breath or just lost her momentum.
Yeah, she's working through some things right now, and again, we're there to support her.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Ashley. She seems to have been, the jump between last season and this season is clearly evident in her gymnastics and what she's putting out on the floor. What has impressed you about her during this season so far?
Yeah, I think her determination is what's really impressed me. She came, from a program where she was competing the all-around, and then she transferred here and really just did kind of one event last year, and she did not like that. She was determined to do more events and knew she was capable of contributing on many more. And so just to watch her determination over the summer and throughout the fall, and really to kind of step outside of her comfort zone to get better every single day, even as hard as it was, I think it's definitely paying off. And that was such an exciting moment for her to just rock an awesome bar routine.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the leadership that Grace has on this team and what it means to the rest of your team?
Yeah, she's always been a leader just with her work ethic, and I really think she stepped into more of a vocal role this year. And to see her embrace and enjoy this last year, I think has really kind of spread to others on the team, and just to see her confidence grow in who she is as a person has just been so inspiring to her teammates.
So from when we talked to you earlier in this week, you said you wanted to see some more steps in the right direction tonight. Where did you see the biggest step in the right direction tonight? Yeah, I think the biggest step that I saw was we really talked about controlling how we respond to scores or performance. We were putting great expectation on ourselves to just kind of come out and be perfect. And if someone took a step or had a wobble or it just didn't look like their normal routine, our team kind of shut down quickly. Or if a score came up and we're like, oh, 9-8, that felt so good. And so we really tried to just focus on what we could control, and I thought they did an exceptional job on that. And their attitude and their response to a score or a routine was they just kept so consistent all night with that.
It looks like Cammy has improved dramatically on beam this season compared to last season, especially when she's here. But multiple beam routines this year that have been excellent. What has been her biggest area of growth on that event? What have you seen from her?
I think with Cammy, again, kind of back to the determination like Ashley, but also just belief in herself. I think she truly believed that she could be in the beam lineup and be a star on that event and other events. I think she's stepping up on vault as well, and she had a nice bar routine tonight. So I think for Cammy, just deep belief in what she's capable of is she's starting to really believe it.
What's the value for you of exhibition routines at this point in the year?
The value right now is because we want to see what summer teens might score. Sometimes what we see is maybe a little bit different than what the judges see. And so for us, just like trying out some athletes that we are considering maybe putting in, and we want to see, what their score is going to be.
So I asked you earlier in the week about, or last week actually, about Grace throwing the 1.5, and she did throw it tonight. What was it her saying, I want to go out there and do it? Was it a coaching decision? What was the process? Because I know score wasn't what you would expect for Grace, but at least she threw it.
Yeah, that was, a huge moment tonight, because that's the first time she's competed that since she hurt her knee a few years ago. And I think, honestly, doing the layout full at Sprouts and then getting pulled out probably was enough for her to be like, I need this 1.5 to be in this lineup. And she came in and she just did a bunch that were awesome this week. And she goes on to the 8-inch, which is a little more comforting for her. But yeah, she took a step to the side, but for her to go out there, I know she was really proud of herself, and we were just so proud to see her back out there doing it again.
With the quick turnaround with the meet on Monday, what do you hope to see from the girls in Best of Utah?
Yeah, we'll definitely need to look at our lineups and see if we want to rest anyone, because we have another meet next Friday also at BYU. But just building off today, we're really just focused on getting better one day at a time, one meet at a time, and not trying to get to the very end now. We're just going to be a little more patient with the progress, to April, and so just another step forward.
As a coach, what do you tell your team? What's the message to the team when you have Monday, Friday, to get them prepared for this kind of gauntlet here?
Yeah, thankfully it's earlier on in the season than later in the season, but they love to compete. That's why they're here, is to compete. And so we just have 3 great opportunities to get 2 road scores coming up, which will be huge for us. But just, we just do a little stretch and just a little bit of gymnastics and then compete again.
How do you handle that? I know you guys have seen teammates get injured before. You've been a part of gymnastics. It happens. How do you handle the emotions of that final rotation?
Yeah, I would say it's just a part of gymnastics. We've all seen it, and as heartbreaking as it is, we just go up there and we have each other's back. That's the whole point of 6 up, 6 go. We have each other's back. We're one family here, and we genuinely care about each one of us. So we just keep that in the forefront of our brain, and we know how to do our gymnastics, so that comes easy. But the support is what gets us through.
Ashley, kind of another breakout night for you tonight. Just what was going right tonight for you?
I feel like I've just been putting in a lot of hard work in the gym, being very intentional with my turns. So kind of just that hard work paying off. I feel like a lot of things kind of went right. I was happy with everything that I did, but I know that there's still room to improve, and I'm excited for the next opportunity.
Grace, this is the second consecutive near-perfect routine on the bars. Is it frustrating for you or discouraging? What do you feel like you can do to, get that score?
I'd say in the moment it can be frustrating, but looking back, I'm like, okay, I just need to give them less of an opportunity to take those little deductions, and so obviously there's something there, and so now it's just going back in the gym and just really taking away all of those little things that it could have been.
Obviously, there's still things that can be worked on, but you guys did cross that 197 mark. How does that feel?
Yeah, our goal this time was just emphasis on holding the landings, because that's kind of a new thing. That rule happened last year, and it's just kind of goes out of your brain to hold for 3 seconds, we said, and that was our one of our goals. And our second goal was just to smile, find a place in your routine to smile. So that was kind of all we were going, because we have been training all fall. This has been the best fall of hard work and just overall depth and talent. So gymnastics comes, but it's the fun, being able to smile, and then the work follows.
Grace, I'm curious. I know you guys have talked about depth. On beam and bars in particular, those lineups seem to have a lot of depth. What's the competition been like on those events to get in lineups?
I think it's been very competitive to get into the bar and beam lineups because there are so many amazing girls that could go up and hit an amazing routine. Like you saw today on bars, we had 2 girls go up that hadn't been in lineup before, and they did beautiful routines. So that just shows that we have, you know, that many people that we can put up, and there's still more after them. So it's definitely something that's one of our strengths and something we're proud of.
So this is sort of an interesting stretch for you gymnasts here. You got Iowa State, Best of Utah, BYU, 7-day stretch, 3 meets. How does that change your preparation for this week?
I think we're prepared as we need to be. Every meet that we have isn't just another opportunity to grow. Just like today, just kind of another step up the ladder, getting the recovery and treatment that we need to feel prepared for those meets. But we know how to do our gymnastics, so we'll just go out there and continue to improve.